Welcome to the world of Mime Over Matter. Today we have Rocom Toys Mighty Maniax. This is Wave 1. These are 3-inch Glyos compatible figures. I've had these for some time. I backed the Kickstarter quite a while ago, and I just never got around to opening them and kind of playing with them. So I did have this pink wolf guy out. But there are a ton of other awesome figures, and they all come with swappable heads, interchangeable parts, so you can really get fun and creative with those. So I figured, why not just go through them together and have a little bit of fun? And you saw the stop motion that I opened with. You can get some really smooth motions with these guys. And here are the swappable heads. We've got a gorilla head, and we've got a kind of a creature of the Black Lagoon, or creature of the Pink Lagoon, I would say. So I'd say let's pop off the wolf head and put on the gorilla head, because who doesn't love a pink gorilla? From a articulation standpoint, we've got the side-to-side neck articulation, we've got the shoulders up and down, we've got some waist movement, and we've got some points of articulation on the wrists and the feet. So you can get some pretty good smooth motions for those. Those hands are incredibly detailed. For a small 3-inch figure to have such incredibly detailed hands, I just love that. And even the fur on them is incredible. So what I'm doing is I'm taking out everything that I got in the Kickstarter. We've got this pin, we've got this stack of cards, we're going to go through everything, and then we've just got a pile of figures in the bags, all of which have accessories, they have weapons, they've got swappable heads, so we are just going to get the best combination of everybody and just have a blast, and they all look just as amazing as the only figure I had opened before, which is the pink wolf gorilla creature guy, and here is another head of I guess the pin was designed after the creature head, and I do have the green creature somewhere that I did have on display, but I couldn't find him, so he's omitted from this video. And the next one we're going to open up is the white ape figure, which it's really the same as the pink one, and there's some other color variants, but since they are compatible and swappable, you can start mixing, matching, and making the creatures you want. So if I wanted to, I could take off the ape head and put on the creature head, and or put on the wolf head. And these are the same sculpt, but if you just look at them side by side, they look like two completely different characters and figures, just based on creative, color palettes. And same thing with the wolf. If you have these two guys next to each other, if you look closely, they're the same design, but they really do look so different. So what I'm going to do, since I like the white ape, I'm going to pop off the pink ape head and put on the wolf head again, because I really like the pink wolf, because that's just what I like. So you might have your own preference. You might go with all creatures, all gorillas. And now we've got another version, which is same body sculpt, same head sculpt, but this is now the black variant, which comes with the wolf head. So just side-by-side comparison of what these guys look like. Just striking differences. You've got the white and the blue versus the black and the gray. So the color design on these is really, really fantastic, because it just makes them look like two completely different characters. And I think for now, I'm just trying to decide what head to go with. I don't know, just playing the numbers. I think I should probably go with the creature head. I would say I'm not sure if it fits the best on the black body. I know when I had the creature head on the green body, it looked perfect. But since we don't have a creature head at the moment, black body is getting the creature head. So now we've got one of each. These guys are awesome. And now we've got a translucent orange fire guy. So that is pretty amazing. Some of these might have been Kickstarter exclusives. These have been out, like I said, for a while, so I can't quite recall what was what. But these translucent guys are amazing. Here's the creature head, translucent. Here is our fire wolf, which is pretty amazing. And then he comes with a flaming skull. So the other heads really stood no chance, because flaming skull is by far the coolest thing I've ever seen, which you could also put that on any of the bodies and it would look amazing. And all of these characters do have their own names and backstories. I think they're going to be on the cards that we open up later, but for now I'm just going to call them their color and what they look like, and I think I'm going to be okay with that, because honestly that's how I'm going to refer to them. When you've got, Fire Skull Flaming Guy, I'm sure his name might be like Phil, but for now I don't know what his name is. The anonymity is mysterious. All right, now we've got our first of the non-creature bodies, which is kind of like a warrior soldier type body. He's got his mask on, or I guess helmet. He's riding motorcycles or a bicycle, but you can see that completely different body sculpt, completely different size too. Like this guy looks a little bit beefier because he's got the armor on, and they've got a hole on their back. So some of them, I believe one might actually come with a backpack that you can put that on. And then he's got a green, I would say, Terminator looking head. Some of these also in the later waves are designed after some other like well-known characters and toys. Like the latest wave, they were designed after Battle Beasts. So we've got like the duck, we've got the cat, which are amazing. I cannot wait to get those ones, which actually is what's inspired me to dig these guys back out because how much I love Battle Beasts. So very nice, Mighty Maniax, putting me back in with Battle Beast. And this guy comes with a gun so he can, go to the firing range, shoot at some pumpkins, some watermelons, and while he's riding his motorcycle with his nice fancy helmet on. So that guy looks pretty incredible. So I do like that. I also like how the design is little exaggerated with the longer arms and the tinier legs, which looks fantastic on the apes. But then you start getting the humans and they have their own very fancy look. This guy also comes with a swappable head, which it's the same. I don't know if it's the same as like the fire skull looking one, but it looks pretty cool. But it's almost like a vampire-esque looking one, which I think what we're actually going to do is if you've got a body of a biker and you've got a flaming skull head, if we put that on, we just made ourselves a little Ghost Rider. So to me, that is the perfect body and head matching. So I think that's what we're going to do, which means our translucent fire body needs a new head, and that's going to be Wolfhead. And now Wolfhead is all, how do you like me now? And we like him very much. So we will put him back there with his crew of Mighty Maniacs, and then we will continue moving on. And I just really like this Ghost Rider look of this guy. This is pretty amazing. And then we've got this other flaming skull head. It's black flames and a kind of a skull face. And we could put it on the black body, or we'll stick it to the side for now. I'm just not sure if I want to have two skulls, one of which is the flaming skull head. So in my opinion, that is the better one. All right, on to the next character, which in my opinion looks like Blade / like a futuristic cop renegade type character, but definitely gives me a little bit of the Wesley Snipes Blade vibes with the glasses and the haircut. So in my mind, that's kind of what the character is going to be, and I believe there were some sword accessories and some other things. So if we really want to give him a blade, we can do that. All right, so let's see what he comes with. He comes with a kind of that motorcycle mask type thing, and then we've got that's like a Scorpion Mortal Kombat mask. So if you want to get if there's a blue version out there, you could paint him, customize him. You could probably make some pretty awesome like Smoke, Scorpion, Sub-Zero looking characters. Comes with a backpack and a gun hand. So there's a lot of cool accessories on this guy. This is our first backpack that goes into the hole. It could fit on there. What is also interesting is it kind of looks like it's the same hole for like the head and hands. So if we really wanted to, we might be able to have a flaming skull head backpack. Let's just see if it fits. Yeah, it kind of fits. It's a little bit snug, so it doesn't go all the way in. But yeah, if you want to double up on, a back head, you could do that. But now to the real backpack to get that on him. The peg goes in there. It's a little bit snug, so we do got to push it a little bit, but you can tell that it is meant to go in there, and you're not going to break it as you kind of get it in there. So you should be okay there. It spins around, so I think I've got it correct, which is the top and the bottom. And I think I want to try out this gun hand. So it looks like it comes off at the forearm. So the hands just plop right off. And then we get ourselves a nice little gun hand. And then he could, fire at people. Very Mega Man-esque. So if he's running around and there's, Dr. Wily's out there making some robots causing an amok, we can get our Mighty Maniacs to save the day. Mighty Maniacs, Mega Maniacs. I don't know. There's a combination in there somewhere, and I do have the Jada Toys Mega Man figure, so perhaps there's a crossover stop motion in the future. And then right now we've got our Golden Ape in his prime, 8. He looks fantastic. This might be one of the cooler paint colors of the characters. I do really like the pink version of this body sculpt, but this gold one is amazing. I'm not sure if any of these were Kickstarter exclusives, if these were available just commonly through their website, or if maybe some of the accessories were add-ons. I don't remember, but I am very happy I have all of them. And then we've got some bags of accessories. I'm not sure if these came with certain characters, but we will mix and match as we see fit. This is kind of like almost like an Ultraman robotic metal mask, which is pretty awesome. So not sure if there's a body right now that I really want to put that one on. And then we've got our axe. So we could arm someone with the fireman axe. Let's see, I'm trying to think who is best equipped for it. I guess our Ghost Rider is going to get it, so he can look into your soul, shoot you with his gun, and then chop you down with an axe. And just typical Ghost Rider fashion. And then we've got this machete type blade, which is pretty awesome. Trying to see if maybe Ghost Rider wants the machete or if he's looking for the axe. And as far as the paint application goes, it's pretty awesome. It's got a nice kind of metallic shine to it. So definitely looks like an axe and a sword. And here's our sword hand. So you could actually take their forearm off and attach like a bladed pirate, if you will. Instead of the hook, he opted for the axe. So that is, again, just awesome. And then we've got our sword. So this is the one I was waiting for our Blade character. So he will be holding the sword. He's got his Mega Man gun, and he's got his backpack so he can put his granola bars and protein shakes in there. So he is good to go. And then we have our Ash Evil Dead Army of Darkness chainsaw hand. Incredibly groovy. So now we just need to figure out who is getting this bad boy, because this has to be displayed on one of the characters. And I think our black body ape figure wolf is going to get it. So we'll just plop that guy on. The forearm comes right off. There's a peg on there, fits right in. And there we go. And now he is looking at it. Groovy. The creature from the Dark Lagoon just got darker. It's chainsaw time. And now we have our extra monkey paw that we could probably make some wishes with. And there we go. Maybe wish for some more Mighty Maniax figures. I think that would be a proper wish. All right, so let's get these guys set up a little bit. We've opened them all. And now it is time to go through the trading cards that came with them. There's a nice hefty stack. If you're interested in any of the character names, they are on here. They're on the backs of the cards. So we could flip through them, or you could look them up. But as far as the artwork goes, this is incredible. They definitely reached out and got a nice mix of talent for these cards. And I love trading cards, and I love action figures. So this is really the perfect mix for me. And I haven't quite figured it out, but there's probably a really good way to display some of these character cards. Maybe put them in one of those little plastic holders and display them right behind each of these figures. And you have a ton of the figures and you have a ton of cards. So you can really choose your favorite of the cards. And I love how they have just a different art style on each. And all of these are amazing. And like I mentioned before, on the backs of some of them, you will have the names of the characters, a little bit of history, and then some of the powers of them. So you can see what is this guy good at versus what is this guy good at, and then their names, their creatures. And also it kind of gives you a hint at which head choice you should use for some of these standards. And I think we have an old school style puzzle on the back where you put 9 cards together and you make a picture. So of course we're going to do that, because why wouldn't we? So we'll put the cards down, and as the kids say nowadays, let's get our puzzle on. So I think this is a relatively easy puzzle to figure out and get together, because there's very clear lines of distinction, and it's just a 3x3, 9 cards, and some magic. And look at that, they fit together perfectly. We've got some poses on there. We've got some a little bit more scantily clad than others, and then others who, oddly enough, are wearing no clothes but don't seem as awkward. And I just wanted to do a quick comparison. If you noticed in my opening stop motion, I used the Mr. Beast Labs hybrid figures, which I would say these guys are very much compatible. Same size, we've got gorillas and other figures. So if you are a collector of the Mr. Beast Lab figures, you will probably enjoy these Mighty Maniacs. Or if you collect the Mighty Maniacs, you might actually enjoy the Mr. Beast Lab figures. So they're creatures, they're not really tied to the Mr. Beast YouTube show. So if you don't watch that, you could still collect the toys. The toys are pretty amazing. And these Mighty Maniacs are quite the figures. I'm having a lot of fun with them. They've got a lot of character to them, so I cannot wait to do a little bit more stop motion with them. They are a fun size to work with and display. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.